Hello and welcome to this video. In this video, you are going to be learning how to model polines, gates, and braces successfully. So I will take you through the fastest way to do this modeling using Tekla Structural Designer. This is the second video. So if you have not viewed the first video, I will advise check the link in the description of this video. You will see a link to the first video, so you can have a better understanding, because this is a new software we are trying to learn how to make use of it successfully. And do me a favor by clicking on the subscribe button and like the videos so I can have more energy to produce more content. Thank you as we step into this video. So to model roof poline, at first we have to validate this project. This one we have modeled now has to be validated. In Tekla Structural Designer, as you are modeling, you are checking your model if it is correct or not by validating it. Okay, so if I want to validate this model now, I will come to model and you can see validate. Once I click on this validate, you can see the model has been validated. I wouldn't have any warning here, but if there's any warning, you will see it right here. It's just that we are having some question mark telling us that this model has not been analyzed. Okay, it has not been designed. That's the meaning of this question mark right here. It has not been checked driftly. Okay, and then the wind load has not also been applied to it. That's why you're seeing question mark, that this are the things that we need to do on this model, but we get there gradually. So let us proceed to the polines. For you to be able to model a polines quickly in Tekla Structure, we will use a tool under Edit. You see this tool we call Create Infields. Create Infields tool. This is what we use to model poline very fast. Otherwise, you will come to modeling tab and use your beam. You are starting to model it one by one, which is very complicated. So I will be showing you how to use the infield tool, this Create Infield tool. Okay, so for you to be able to use that tool successfully, what you have to do, come to the modeling tab and then we pick on the beams. So we are going to create what we call referenced member. So I pick at this point and then pick up to that point. That member is a reference member. Okay, I am not going to use it for any support purpose, but I'm using it as a reference member. This ones I am actually modeling now is a reference member for me to be able to place my polines, okay, and as well as the gate successfully. So let's go. I'll escape in Tekla Structural Designer. After you must have done drawing your beam, just use the escape button on the or escape key on the keyboard to get rid of the command, just like this. You can see. All right, so having modeled this, since my poline is going to slope along the directions of the rafter, I will need to create a slope. I will need to create a slope reference plane. Okay, a slope reference plane to be able to get that done successfully. Okay, so now I will navigate to the modeling tab and then you see slope plane here. Okay, this one, slope plane. Okay, I will select on that, after which I will proceed and pick the first point right there. I pick the second point and the third point. I have created a reference plane, okay, that is inclined along the direction of the rafter in this phase of this structure. All right, so I will do the same thing in this other phase from this point to this point. That is it. You can see now. All right, so I will escape on the keyboard to get rid of that. You see, the slope plane is gone. I will come over to structure, this provision structure, okay, and then I'll expand. You can see it here, slopes. I'll expand this provision. I have IP1, IP2. Okay, so I will double click on it to make it active. You can see it here. So now it has taken me to the plan view of that phase of the roof successfully. So I will now have to go straight away to the edit tab, you can now see that the create in field is now prompted. Okay, before it wasn't prompted. All right, so I will select on it now, and then I come over to these provisions. You see, define beams by number. Okay, so I will have my polines about 6 in these provisions. Okay, so I key in 6 right there, and then the character of this poline is an horizontal member, so it behaves like a beam. So the character is going to be beam. All right, so the material is steel, you can see from there. All right, now I have it as a linearity is straight. Okay, then I have my grade X275 right here. I also have sections order UB section. No, so I have to change this from UB sections to a poline or channel section. So I see here PFC, all right, channel. If I scroll down, I can have other channel sections like this one is UK PFC channel. It's also a channel sections. So I will select that particular one. I click on select right there. So that is the design sections order I am going to be using. All right, I come down and see the section itself. So I have to click in these provisions. The sections I'm going to use is going to be a channel sections. So I will look for channel. You see advanced. There's an advanced UK PFC right here. So I will go by 180, 75, and 20 right here. So I click on the select option. Good. Now the major alignment is top. I will show you what that means shortly. Then top flange, I will uncheck these provisions. We are good to go now. So just move your cursor into the bear. All right. So I will advise that when you are placing this, make sure that your snap point, you can see the red snap points is at the left, and then maintain the left all throughout as you are placing it in the bounded provisions. Okay, so I click to place my polines. This is my poline. I click here to place it. You can see that my snap point, which is the red snap point, is always at the left. Okay, so if you start with left, okay, make sure you maintain. If you start with right, make sure you maintain. If you have your poline misplaced successfully. Okay, so having placed the poline successfully, I can use escape to get rid of the command just like this. Okay, so I navigate to the 3D now. So here in the 3D, you see what I'm having. My polines is being placed successfully. So you can now see it, but its bulletin is at the center of the rafter. It's at the center of the rafter. Okay, so we'll have to correct that. So I can come to these right directions, and then I can do a window to select all of the polines. Okay, sorry, this has actually selected the beams. So let's get to 3D. So I can use these options to update to the 3D. Okay, I can hold the control key, get rid of this rafter, and get rid of this other rafter. So I now have the polines selected, get rid of the intermediate rafter as well. I need only the polines to be selected, just like this. You can see, or you can use this provision here, okay, to be able to select between a particular structural element. Okay, so now I have my rafter selected successfully, like this. I will come over to where I have this major snap level. Here I will have to change it to bottom. So once I change it to bottom, zoom closely, you can now see that we have our poline placed successfully. If I come to the right view, right here, you see this is the polines properly placed, just like this. Okay, so now we are going to be placing this same poline in this other face of the roof. So I navigate to the 3D. I turn this to 3D again. So this time around, we come to IP2, which is the slope 2. Double click on it to get to this slope 2, after which we will come to create infield. So in these provisions, we have 6 of it. In these provisions, we have to scroll down. We have beams right there. I can uncheck this. Our grade is X275. Okay, if you want to change it, you can change it through these provisions. Okay, I will scroll down. For the sections, I'm going to be using this one, UKPFC. All right. And then the major alignments, I'll have to change it to bottom. So when it come back to make change again, I'll uncheck these provisions. So this is good now. So I have to click here and then here to have it placed successfully. I escape on the keyboard to get rid of the command, and then I go to the 3D. So here is my polyline, well placed successfully, you can see. Another thing we need to be doing is we need to have the polyline that is at 300 away from the Apex provisions right here. Okay, so for us to do that, go to the right straight away, and then you can actually be able to select all of these lines in this provision. You can see just like this. You can position the structure like this in 3D. Okay, like this, and then you right click, you see copy, just copy it from there, zoom closely, pick it from this provision, take it along the beam just like this, take it along the beam just like this. Okay, now press F2 on the keyboard, F2, and then tab key. I need to go to the next provision from end, and I will type 300 and enter. You see, I have adjusted that successfully. All right. So at this point, I would like us to pause. If you have not liked this video, hit on the like, share it with our fellow engineers so they will have good knowledge on how to use this program effectively. Let us proceed. So I will get to the right again. I will have to select these lines. I get to the 3D, just like this. I right click, just like this, copy. I'll pick from this point, move it along the beam rafter. Okay, I will use F2, just like this, and I'll type 300, just like this, and enter. You see, I've copied that successfully. You can see. I close this. All right, so now let's look at the gate. Okay, the gate. So for the gate now, we are going to be using what we called, if you come to the modeling tab, we have this frame. I select on this frame. You can see it is being snapped along grid line E and grid line A. I want to snap along grid line 1 and 3 successfully. Okay, so I will take my cursor to that point and click. You can see I take my cursor to this point and click. So I have snapped the frames along the grid lines that bounded this structure successfully. So what you now need to do is you come over to the frame provisions in the structural tree, and then you see frame 1. So we are looking at frame along grid line 1 and frame along grid line 3. So we can place the gate successfully. So I will double click here to make that elevation. So these are elevations along grid line 1. Okay. So we want to place the gate right here. We still use the discrete infield. I click on it. So over here, I will be using 5 numbers of gates. Okay. Then these are beam characters. Okay. Then I scroll down. You can see the section here. This is the section I'm going to be using. This same section for the gate. Okay. And then I will uncheck this provision. So everything seems to be good. Okay. The design sections order is going to be UKPFC channel. Just like this. Then you can see the grade X275 is okay. Everything is fine. Now I come to these provisions and I picked here to place it. I picked here. You can see just like this. So I'm done. I'll have to escape. I escape on the keyboard. I get to the 3D. So this is what I'm having. Okay. So this is not properly placed, but we will look at it how we can be able to adjust it successfully. Okay. All right. So on grid line 3, I will double click right here. I click on the create infields. Over here, I have 5 of it. And then I will check other provisions. Everything is good. I will uncheck auto design right there, and then I will use the right section, that is the character. I will use the right sections, which is this one, and then I maintain this as well. I scroll down and uncheck this provisions. Okay, so now I placed it. Sorry, this is wrong, so I can quickly undo it from there, and then I'll be able to place it again just like this. Okay, all right. Then I escape on the keyboard. I go to the 3D view. So now I want to get rid of this frames. I can come over to scene content and I look for frame. Yeah, so you can see frame in these provisions. It is not prompting. All right, so I will have to get rid of it from there. Get rid of it from here. You can see. So at this point, I can check it if it is prompting. Now it's not still prompting. So what you need to do, click on the escape on the keyboard to get rid of it, just like this. So here we go. So you can see the way the gates are being placed. So this is not proper. So what we do, I will come to this right view, and then I will have to select almost all the gates at these provisions, just like this, you can see. So now I will navigate to this dialog or the property dialog right here. So I will have to look at where I have the angle reductions here. So I'm going to be using angle 90 degree, just like this. Okay, but I can decide to use this 90 degree. You see, this is good. So there will be an offset that I'm going to make under major offset right here. You can see. So this offset, I will make it 101. Okay, so this has been shifted 101. So let me change the major snap level to bottom, just like this. You can now see we have our gate just like this, well placed now. So if I look at it in the right directions, you can now see it. So this is proper now, you can see. All right, so coming to this side, I come to the right direction as well, and then I will have to select all of this just like this, and then I will go to the 3D just like this, come to the property. Okay, the same thing I did, but in this I will leave it at top, and then I will change the angle rotations here to minus 90 degree. So it gives us that. I'll take it to 90 degree, have this. Okay, so you can see the way this is placed successfully. This is not properly placed. You can see right here. Okay, all right, so we proceed. Over here I will be having the major offset here. Let me have 101. Okay, so this is what I have. All right, so I'm going to prefix the 101 with a minus sign. Okay, so I will type minus 101. You can see now everything is properly placed. Now if I go to the right view, you can see my gate is properly placed. You can see. All right, so I want to also be adjusting this up. So I can pick on this, hold the control key, select all of this one, just like this, and then I zoom closely, right click. I use copy. I picked it from here, take it up. All right, and then I will use F2 on the keyboard, F2, okay? Then tap key and type 300, enter. You see, it's been copied to that point. Just like this. Over to this side, I will be doing the same thing. I'll just have to select one, hold the control key, select multiple of that in that direction, zoom closely, use the copy right here. Then I pick from this point, take it up, and then F2. And then I use the tab key again, type 3, sorry. All right, you have to make sure that your hand is not actually shaking. So I will use the tab key again, and I type 300 and enter. You can see it is being placed successfully. I'll close this or escape. So I will do the same thing here. I need another line right here. So I will right click, copy, pick from this point, take it to this point, then F2, 300, sorry, do F2 again, okay, and 300, just like this, enter. You can see, escape. All right, so we are making progress over to this side. I want to adjust that. So this is a way of copying using Tekla Structural Designer. Okay, I hold the Control key and I pick multiple of these provisions just like this. Then I use the copy option. I pick from this point, move my hand this way. You can see right here. So I use F2 again on the keyboard, and then I use tab key, F2 again, tab key. All right, type 300 and then enter. You can see. So everything is almost done. So we are good to go with our 4 lines and get. We have modeled that successfully, you can see. At this point, if you are yet to subscribe to this channel, Soft Freezing, kindly do so. If you have not liked this video, hit on the like button of this video. Thank you very much. Let us proceed. We are going to be placing our, what do you call that? We are going to be placing brace, okay? We'll be placing brace. So these are reference beams I used. So I have to delete them just like this. I delete this one. So I will also get rid of this one just like this. You can see, because those beams are reference beam. Even this one is a reference beam. I'll get rid of that. Okay, so now you have done with this modeling to this extent. You have to validate this structure. You can now see the difference between Tekla Structural Designer and Protastructure. So this has to be validated. To validate this, go to the modeling tab and then you see validate. Yeah, so click on the validate right here. You can see, once you are seeing this sign, you should know that there's an issue with the model. You see this sign right here, warning sign. So select in this to expand it, general, expand the general. You can see member intersection. That member are intersecting each other. That is what that means. So if you want to know which member is actually intersecting, if you select on this, right click and click on the highlight items, select it, you can see the items is being highlighted. You can see over here that these members highlighted are actually intersecting each other, and it does not obey the rule of modeling, okay, in Tekla Structural Designer. So you have to correct this. For us to correct this, delete this member. You know, we use this member as a reference member, okay? So you have to delete it. So select it right there and then right click, or you can just go to, okay, you can see over here, or you can come to edit and use the delete options right there to get rid of that, just like this. So after which you have to navigate to the modeling tab again, so you can be able to validate this model again. Click on the validate, so you can see we wouldn't have any warning sign again. You see the model is good now. All right, so let us make progress. We want to model the brace. For the brace, you will use these options. We have our brace. You can see brace right here. Select in this position, the drop down menu. We're going to be dealing with X brace. Okay, X brace. We have K, V, A. All right, we use X. All right, so hit on the brace right there to have the property right there. Okay, now we have this property. We will need to actually check what to do here. The characteristics is brace, you can see, and then the material is steel. Over here you can see, so you see the grade right here, auto design. I can uncheck that. Then section, this is right, the section is also right. Okay, we use a circular hollow sections. Okay, that is what that means. Okay, all right, so we proceed. Over here we have the sections selected for us is 80 by 80 for the brace. So we can actually try these sections. Okay, but if you want to change it, you can click in these provisions. All right, so you have this. Okay, this is the one selected for us, so we can choose 140 or thereabout. So let us go by this one selected for us successfully. Okay, so we use this, and then I click on this select options right there. So to now place this brace, now I will pick at this point and then pick on this point, take my hand up. You can see I click to have my brace placed, then you enter. You can see, so here is the brace placed successfully. All right, so for this side, I want to place it from this point to this point, and then I'll take it after the first, second, third pole lines. I will place it elsewhere at this point. I click here. Once you click, you enter on the keyboard to have it placed successfully. So I'll pick from here again, and then from this point, I'll take it all the way to this point and click. Okay, and then enter to have it placed. You can see. So I can escape this now. I've created my brace successfully. If you have any questions, you can actually drop it in the comment sections. And if you want to join our special mentorship class, you can see a link in the description of this video to reach to us, so we can actually carry out that successfully. Okay, our mentorship class is ongoing. Tekla structural designer, Protastructure, and every other software we are actually teaching on this channel successfully. We will train you from zero to hero, and then you understand the nitty-gritty of the program you are using and be able to design and create your project drawings successfully. All right, let us proceed. I want to select all of these braces, so I can select this. Okay, hold the control key, select this one, because I want to be using mirror this time around. I select this. Okay, so I will be using mirror, so I hit on the heading, see mirror options. I pick this point, so I pick this first point all the way. I pick the second point. You can see I have mirrored this brace. You can see. All right, this top one was not selected, so it's not mirrored, so I can still do that individually. Okay, I will select this right here, and then I come to mirror right here, pick the first point, I pick the second point to have it mirror. You can see it successfully, just like this. All right, so we are going to be copying this brace right now to this other provision. So having that one selected, I hold the control key, select this one, or I can turn the project this way. All right, and then I'll be able to select all of it just like this. You notice the polines we are also selected. You can see right there. But you can come to these provisions, brace, these provisions, and then you'll be able to select between brace and then polines, steel beams, rows, and then you can see steel beams, rows, 12 items, brace. You can select this one. Okay, in order to deselect the polines, you can now see that the polines are deselected, and then it is left the brace. Okay, so I haven't done that successfully. We now use the copy options. You pick on the copy, so you have to actually check what you are copying. Okay, I pick this point. If you are actually copying, okay, you can see that we are copying both the polines alongside with the brace. So you have to come over here, and then you can see steel beams here. Uncheck the steel beams. Okay, and then you can see now it's only the brace we are now copying. Okay, so take it to these provisions and click. So you can see, check it very well to make sure you are not copying the pole lines alongside. Okay, so we deselect it from here, pick this point. All right, now escape. Okay, so you can see what we are having here. We are having an additional, do I call it an additional grid lines? Okay, let's undo that. All right, we have undo that successfully. So we are going to be copying this brace again. I can use the method of selecting it one by one, holding it down the control key. You hold down the control key and select the brace individually, just like this. I hold down my control key so I can be able to select multiple of it. I want to be sure that I selected only the brace. Okay, so I hit on the copy again. I picked it from this point, and I take it over to this point and place successfully. So everything is good. All right, I escape to get rid of the command successfully. This is our model. So whenever you are actually modeling in Tekla structural designer, you have to ensure that you are very careful, because Tekla structural designer, if you don't model carefully, you may end up having series of error. You will notice, and then you will see that as we proceed into the analysis successfully. Okay, so at this point, we want to validate this model. So I will click on the save to save this model first. I come to the model and then click on validate. You see our model is validated. We don't have any issues in our modeling successfully, you can see. All right. So at this point, we have done great. You have done great. Drop your comment in the comment sections if you have actually learned something in this video. Please, I want to hear from you in the comment sections that you have learned something in this video. If you have any question too, drop it in the comment sections. And if you want to enroll in our masterclass, Tekla Structural Designer, also reach to us through the link in the description of this video, our Telegram, and as well as our WhatsApp. Okay, also a group link for WhatsApp. Okay, WhatsApp group link in the description of this video. Also check it out. All right, to join the group so you can ask questions there and then answer questions as well in the group successfully. We have our templates also in the description of this video. You can check it out in order for you to fast track your drawing work or design work successfully. Use our template. It is very good. All right. So at this point, we want to be stopping here to be continued in the next presentations. Thank you for staying through the presentations, and then see you in the next presentations. Bye for now.